Hey guys, I am all out of storage and it's the 14th April 2020. Both of my channels are free. I have a link below. Every dollar counts and I cannot do these channels without your help. Greatly appreciate any support. I found an article yesterday. So this is NASA's aircraft, but they're working with DLR. It's a plane sniffer. See the nozzles? It follows planes and tests the particulates. As I said, I mean, now it's pretty obvious. Uh, all geoengineering is different. You could just tell by the clouds. Some linger for much longer, but this is a German and NASA Germany. Almost, yeah, basically back at home. But this isn't the main thing that I want to show you, but I just want to show you that it does exist with proof.
20 to burn alternative fuels and the NASA DC-8 to chase the A320 to measure.
So they're testing different fuels out, guys. When I first started this channel, I went over the different fuels, talking about JP8 and every plane in the sky with today's technology, every single aircraft, doesn't matter the temperature, does not leave a contrail. So when you see lines in the sky, look at this one. He's spraying right now. But behind it is a NASA, very highly sophisticated, as you can see, but it's testing the particles.
Instruments that they don't have. We're able to combine all.
Sorry for the shaking, guys. My tripod busted. Look what I found. This was yesterday. This is where I get my weather from. Well, one of the sites. It's AccuWeather, right? Cloud brightening won't have effect many hoping for. This is huge, guys. This is huge. Obviously, I hope everyone is doing well with this unprecedented event that we're having on the world stage. But this is the very first time that this is actually mainstream, right? Typically, you'll see, supporting it, and guess who's behind it? The same guy with vaccines. He's just so fascinated with health. This is old. This is BBC, folks. Anytime you see this bar at the bottom, the reason why I liked it, obviously I do not. The reason why I liked it was for to come back to it. But anytime you see these bars at the bottom, guys, investigate. Because if I put out a video, I can't remove this. If you click the source, it's a encyclopedia. So anyway, this is from 2008.
On a global scale, the effect can be a major cooling that should compensate for global warming.
But in much greater quantities.
Scientists first began trying to manipulate clouds in 1946. They found that by firing tiny particles of silver iodide into rain-bearing clouds, they could induce rain.
So obviously it's nothing new, but the new part is, I hope everyone who is interested in this subject, I hope you have a copy or copies and have read numerous times. The Future is Now by NASA. Some say it was leaked, some say it was by mistake. My opinion, well, I'll leave it up to you guys, but I don't think there's any mistakes. I think somebody wanted to let the rest of the people know what they're doing. But pretty much for the past 2 decades, they've been pretty much playing with it. And the document says by 2025, the future is now. So, pretty interesting document. It's very, very long. It's I believe it's about 200 pages. So, if you do print it out.
Stephen Salter has been working with clouds since the 1980s, but the challenge now for him and John Latham was to figure out how not to make it rain, but to increase cloud cover. Stephen Salter has designed, but it's a vessel that wouldn't produce any.
So, I know a lot of you guys who are into weather, they use bunker fuels and other stuff. Notice they're blurring all the side stuff out.
Carbon emissions that are now thought highly likely to be worsening the very problem these scientists want to solve.
And this is another source. This scientist admitted that it's not helping. So instead of having sails, the 3 pillars on top, and guys, words do matter, because in the next clip that you see, it's the same content, and they tell you that it's just water vapor, as well as this video too. It says it's just sucking up seawater. If that was the case, just sucking up seawater, it's not a big deal, right? But it's when you're using barium, aluminum, strontium. And last one, which is the goodie.
And the flow and the pressure so that the water droplets come out to just the perfect size.
Would you go as far as to call it a success?
Here's a guy on Lamestream News, the third guy in the what, 3-4 clips that I showed you. Not too positive, folks. Not too positive.
Success. So what you're seeing left out is very small crystals of salt.
The salt particles are so small, to see them with the naked eye, you have to turn off the lights and use a laser. Once the nozzle is fine-tuned, the plan is to use a barge to shoot the salt particles into the sky and see what happens. The researchers say you can already see the concept at work. These satellite images show...
Right there, folks. Anybody who is into weather or mapping, you will see these a lot. But the smoking gun, because they don't typically show this type of stuff. But unbelievable how they could cover the entire ocean. But it's not just large ships. They're drones, as you saw in the previous clip.
Ship tracks from vessels crisscrossing the ocean, spewing exhaust that turns into clouds that last up to a week.
Did you catch that one? Clouds that last for a week. Guys, in the beginning of this clip, they said it was just salt. And watch the reporter.
Pressure nozzle. This stuff is basically salt water, the exact...
Obviously, that's not toxic if he just tried it. But he said it's basically salt water. And then here, they're telling you that it stays for up to a week.
The researchers say you can already see the concept at work. These satellite images show ship tracks from vessels crisscrossing the ocean, spewing exhaust that turns into clouds that last up to a week.
Wow. That's all I could say. Wow. Tell me, I don't care where you live, Alaska, anywhere. I'm here in the Northeast. It gets pretty cold fairly in the winter. When I drive my car on the highway, why don't I see the exhaust like from a week ago? Because it's not just exhaust. Appreciate it, guys. But the source, it's AccuWeather, if anyone's interested. I just did a couple of different searches on a couple different platforms and only found this. and you have to type it in. If you type in anything about cloud brightening, you will find nothing but positive reviews. But again, this was yesterday. Appreciate it, guys.